Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Hello YouTube, how are we all going today? Alright. If you're Australian, go to your AdSense link and do the Ben 8 form, I think it is. And we pay zero tax to America and Australia. That's the deal we've got with America. Don't worry about Google, it's just trying to put the wind up us. So if you just follow it and just do the Ben 8, I think it is, form, and yeah, it's zero tax we pay to America. Anyway, oh, what a glorious day, hey? Look at that. Birds are singing. Oh, okay, so we've been working on the back box here. And I just thought I'd show you some of the wiring before we got too busy. What we got to do is this wire here with a 50 amp Anderson plug. I have to undo that, bring that up through the bottom of the box. That actually runs back to the other battery that's under the tray. The one that's got the MPPT charge controller on it, which will also be charging this battery. And then from here we're getting a whole new plug design there, because this one's broken. Okay, you can see that it's all there, it's all broken underneath there. That's the second one of them I broke. That's what happens when you mount them under your tow bar and you go to the sort of places I go when you drag your tail over rocks and whatnot. I haven't broken it since it's been mounted on top. So yeah, anyway, I've got a whole new system I'm mounting there. You'll see that later on. So that wire comes up there, and then there's another one coming down to the new setup that I've got. I think I've got a 12 pin plug going in there with a 7-pin plug and 2 Anderson plugs. It's a nice unit. Anyway, let's get back to here. This is what we've done this morning. We've wired this in here. The battery's not connected yet. It is all fully charged. We've put the water filters in place and braced them. I still have to plumb them and everything. You can see I've actually glued the backboard on, and then the other board's on, and it's got a couple of screws through the back, a couple of screws through the bottom to give it all extra strength, but it's all glued and screwed. And the switch, as you can see, is all wired. It's wired to the negatives over there. There we go, people, you can see it better now. Sorry about that. I ended up wiring all my negatives separate. Okay, I ended up cutting that string and doing the same as I did to the red line, the positive line, and brought them down to the negative bus bar to make sure I've got a damn good earth. And the positives I've taken up to the fuse block. The only thing that's got a fuse in it now is that little orange outside light just there for the steps. You can just see it up under there. That's got a 5 amp fuse in it. There's spare fuses hanging there in that little Ziploc baggie that's just done there. The Solar King battery's fully charged. It's in. It's definitely not going anywhere. Definitely not going anywhere. I can shake the whole car with that battery mount. It's done really well. I've tested the being able to take the filters in and out, and they've currently got all filters in them. That all works really well. I can easily do filter replacements. The only thing that didn't work was the little pump. So we've just decided, because we've got 240 volt power, I'm putting a small 800 watt 240 volt pump in there. It's got far better suction. It'll suck from 7 meters and it'll pump up to 40. And it's I can control the pressure on the pump just by turning a big thing. I can control the pressure, so I can get the right flow, but it'll never flow any more than 3.8 litres a minute because of the ceramic filter. It's a high pressure ceramic filter, and it just won't allow any more than 3.8 litres a minute. But the main reason I put the big pump on, it does turn on and off, and I'm going to be using 1-inch hose to pump up to the filters. So the pump will turn on and off by itself as that hose gets pressured. And yeah, it'll all work great. It'll all work great off my inverter. It's just a shame that the little pumps that I was going to use, they just wouldn't manage it for the distances and suction and all that sort of stuff I wanted to do. It just was no good, would not work. Anyway, I'll show you that once we're out camping. I'll show you how I've got it all set up and working so I can get fresh water anytime. I've still got to wire the UV ballast, that up there. It's already wired into the UV light. I've got to support that somehow. And I've got to wire that into the switch. It'll probably be in, I don't know, we'll work out whichever one it is. I've already got the first switch along the light. As I add stuff like internal lights and that, then I'll slowly fill the switches up. But that's it, YouTube. That's what it looks like. It's because when we're traveling, it's going to have the hoses in here. I'll just walk back here for a minute. Hopefully, there we go. That's what a 7 meter suction hose looks like. Okay, it's a proper suction hose. It's got a one-way valve in the bottom, and that's what 18 meters of 1-inch hose looks like. And I'm not worried about kinks in that, because once the pump pressurizes it, and there's the pump down there. So that all goes into that box, and that box purely my power for when I'm away. That's my power for the ute, and it's just going to have all my hoses in it. And I've got quite a few hoses tucked away all over the place, but that's going to be my hose box. As you can see, I've got a rubber mat well and truly covering the top of the battery, so if I do get any water splashing in there, it won't get on top of the battery. I don't think these batteries are waterproof. I'm not sure. I know they're a very good battery, but I don't know if they're waterproof. You'll have to check with Solar King about that if you're using them in an area where it might be flooded, but they won't flood in here, so it'll be fine in here. Alright, well that's where I'm up to. Of course, we've already done these other boxes are already done. This one gets all my tools and that in it, like I said. This is the water. This one gets clothes in it. Then there's another box that we slide in and out that carries our extra food. Like if we get stuck anywhere longer than a month, then we have some run over food, because we always carry a month's worth of food in the camper, but we will be putting more tins. We've got a big box. We'll fill it up with tin food and flour and rice and that sort of stuff, and extra toilet paper, and just stuff like that that we may or may not need. If we do need it, then it'll be a godsend. It could save our lives. If we don't need it, that's great. It can just go back inside when we get home. Alright YouTube, that's it. Just got to pack everything up now. Yeah, it's a job. It's a job. I'm trying to get some new gas struts. But that's what it looks like. It looks awesome. And the Solar King battery is probably way bigger than what I need. But hey, at 10 kilos for a 100 amp hour battery, okay? A 100 amp hour battery with a 100 amp hour draw, and it only weighs 10 kilos. Alright, it's got a minimum cyclic life of 2,000 cycles at 100% discharge. Okay, and if you only take it down 20-30%, you can expect 8,000 cycles out of it, thereabouts. So it's and it's got active cell balancing and a really good warranty. So yeah, you know, why buy off a foreign-owned company when the people that sell the Solar King batteries and all that's Australian-owned, you know? All right, keep safe everyone. Bye for now.